Hello. Spyro the Dragon here. I'm too tired to bother recording this with my voice, so I'm just sitting here and typing it out. I'm honestly not too sure what to say. YouTube is garbage. This website is so terrible. If it were like this back in 2007, I wouldn't have joined at all. Yes, this account was made in 2008, but I joined under my first account in 2007. And something occurred to me recently. Back in the day, there was a user named Unknown283. He was a hacker and a spammer. But he was also a troll. And back in 2007 to 2008, his comments were met with a lot of controversy on here. He would use racial slurs and generally be offensive. This was shocking to people back then. There were often videos being made about him, and there was overall a huge amount of commotion caused by his actions. But nowadays, Unknown would hardly stand out from the crowd on here. Because so much of the YouTube community has become exactly like the guy who was once the most infamous user on the website. The hostility on this site is unmatched. Every third comment is just somebody telling someone else to kill themselves. It's reached the point where KYS has become its own meme. Many comments will also inevitably mention bleach, either the user saying they are going to drink it, or telling somebody else to drink it. Any comment that doesn't meet either of those two criteria will be some other form of personal insult, even if it may not apply to the person. YouTubers are obsessed with autism, despite not knowing a single thing about it. Anybody who does something slightly out of line is considered autistic, which is actually hilarious in the worst way possible, because the entire YouTube community is out of line, much more than 99% of genuine autistic people, but somehow it's an insult on this website. How? Why? You can't have a civil conversation on YouTube. Everybody here is full of hatred and it's disgusting. The little kids who pretended to be tough guys and played Call of Duty all the time. They used to be a minority on the internet. Now YouTube has effectively become an entire website meant to pander to those people. The YouTube community has become the popular lunch table everybody wanted to sit at so they could be like the cool kids, but nobody actually wanted to sit at, because everyone at that table was a sociopath and a jerk. It's an entire website of tough guys and keyboard warriors. And that's not what YouTube used to be. YouTube used to be a site where random people could make videos. It wasn't about algorithms and drama, it wasn't about proving how much of an angry psychopath you were behind a computer screen, it was about a community of content creators and people who wanted to see something new. We had many interesting things back then. One that comes to mind right away is Potter Puppet Pals. You know, with the Harry Potter puppets. Those were very well received back in the day. Can you imagine, though, if that series premiered today? If somebody, on this website full of angry children, decided to upload a series about puppets? Nobody would watch those videos. Maybe some would, but not many, and most of those would only be to make fun of them. It's the kind of thing that would end up on a Leafy video, where it would proceed to be bashed for 10 straight minutes until either 1. People started to feel bad and send some fake support for a few weeks, or 2. The channel just disappeared entirely. Although it is possible to keep going in spite of things like that, and you should keep going in spite of criticism, you need to remember that YouTube isn't always important enough to make it worth it. YouTube is just a hobby for many people. And I can completely see why someone would want to give up after facing such harsh criticism. But see, content like Potter Puppet Pals made YouTube so great back in 2007. That's what made the site so popular today. That's why you have the psychopathic cesspool of belligerents you have today. Without random people coming along and uploading random, goofy nonsense, you wouldn't even have YouTube anymore. I want to say something about this channel. You've seen how I upload short videos of myself playing with plush toys. You've seen how I was too lazy to just record this, so I typed it out in Speakonia. The content I upload on this channel really isn't that good. Many would call it cringy. And I want to be clear about something. I know it's cringy. I know that I could put more effort into my videos. But I don't. I do put some effort into them. Don't get me wrong. I sometimes do several takes before I'm satisfied with one of the plush toy videos. But I know my videos could be better. But here's the thing. I'm aware of what I'm doing. And in fact, I specifically want the content on here to be this way. Because I want YouTube to have more low quality, random content. I don't want YouTube to be a cesspool of blind, misdirected rage toward everybody. I don't want YouTube to be a giant clubhouse for self-righteous tough guys. I want YouTube to be what it used to be. I want YouTube to be what made me want to join in the first place. I want YouTube to be what it was that made it so popular. And so I knowingly make content that doesn't appeal to trends or algorithms. I knowingly upload content that isn't top-notch quality. I purposely film whatever random, goofy ideas come to mind. Because that's what made YouTube so fun. That the content was enjoyable and unique. I admit I did a bunch of cuts for the Can Crusher video. But that was only for one video. I had a bunch of footage that genuinely needed to be trimmed down. I don't include it in every single video to appeal to YouTube trends. I don't want YouTube to be about trends. I don't want YouTube to be about algorithms. I don't want YouTube to be about hashtag movements. I don't want YouTube to be about proving how tough you are in comment sections. I don't want YouTube to be about suicide and 9/11 jokes. I don't want YouTube to be about cringe. I don't want YouTube to be about Google+. I don't want YouTube to be just one site out of many that Google owns, where your account is linked to your account on every other Google product. I don't want YouTube to be about Google ignoring user feedback all the time. I don't want YouTube to be a pile of garbage where old users from 2007 reminisce on how great the site used to be. I want YouTube to already be great. I don't want YouTube to be about drama. I don't want YouTube to be about who said what on Twitter. This isn't Twitter. This isn't 4chan. This isn't the popular table at school. Let's not let it become that. Think about this for a minute. Do you really like YouTube, how it is? Are you happy arguing all the time? Are you happy telling others to kill themselves all the time? Are you happy desperately trying to prove yourself to others on a site of equally hate-filled individuals? Just think about it for a bit. Thank you for anyone who bothers to watch this.
I can still see the light at the end of the tunnel shine through the dark times even when I lose my mind. But it feels like no one in the world is listening, and I can't ever seem to make the right decisions. I walk around in the same haze, I'm still caught in my same ways. I'm losing time in these strange days, but somehow I always know the right things to say. I don't know what time it is, or who's the one to blame for this. Do I believe what I can't see? And how do you know which way the wind blows? Cause I can feel it all around. I'm lost between the sound, and just when I think I know, there she goes. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now, so long. Goodbye for now. I'm not the type to say I told you so. Goodbye for now, so long. Think the hardest part of holding on is letting it go. When will we sing a new song? A new song. I'm still smiling as the day goes by, and how come nobody ever knows the reasons why? Bury it deep so far that you can't see. If you're like me, who wears a broken heart on your sleeve? Pains and struggles that you know so well. Either time don't, it can't, or it just won't tell. I'm not the type to say I told you so. I think the hardest part of holding on is letting it go. I don't know what time it is, or who's the one to blame for this. Do I believe what I can't see? And how do you know which way the wind blows? Cause I can feel it all around. I'm lost between the sound, and just when I think I know, there she goes. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now, so long. Goodbye for now. every other word left unsaid. You should have took the time to read the signs and see what it meant. In some ways everybody feels alone, so if the burden is mine, then I can carry my own. If joy really comes in the morning time, then I'ma sit back and wait until the next sunrise.